Yesterday, I was talking to one of the biggest Last Day on Earth YouTubers in the world, and he said something about Season 8 that made me think that I was going to hate it. But after talking to the devs and thinking about it a little bit more, I'm pretty sure he was wrong. Hey guys, Season 8 is coming soon, and apparently the whole season is a giant celebration of the 3 years of Last Day on Earth. So this is obviously going to be a really exciting season. I imagine that the devs of Last Day on Earth are going to pull out all the stops to make this an incredibly fun carnival that apparently is going to be really creepy, but it seems like there's going to be a lot of fun in it. You can see here that it looks like there's going to be turkey races. I actually have no clue what that would necessarily, like if we're going to be betting on them and it's going to be random, or if there's some way to make the turkeys go faster and we're going to be able to have that control. But it sounds very entertaining. You can see here that they've got the new blade, which, you know, if we can get more of those blades, it's the newest weapon of Last Day on Earth. Looks like the slot machine's going to make an appearance, which means that we might all be able to cut off a month or two in our quest for the ATV. And then it looks like there's going to be a bunch of other games, including a bunch of creepy stuff. And then there might be this boss, which looks incredibly creepy. So I have a feeling that this season is going to be really good, especially if you like horror stuff. This is going to be a very entertaining season. Personally, I don't really like even the season approach. I kind of liked the old approach to developing the game, but you know, that's like a year ago, and I finally come to grips with they're the developers of the game and I'm just a player, and that's how they're going to develop it. So I've kind of come to grips with that. But in the context of seasons, this season seems like it is going to be one of the best. But then yesterday I was playing Kefir's more advanced game, Frostborn, and I randomly got matched with Riddlemeyer, who is one of the biggest Last Day on Earth YouTubers in the world with 200,000 subscribers. He's one of the ones with the backpack, huge YouTuber in the Spanish community. We randomly got matched up. So I end up going over to his base and I find him and we start talking about Frostborn and Last Day on Earth and all of the things that we have in common as Last Day on Earth and soon to be Frostborn YouTubers. We danced a little bit, we cried a little bit, and then we had a very interesting conversation. In that conversation, Riddlemeyer mentioned that he also believes in, and he shares with his subscribers, that I'm right in some of my theories that Last Day on Earth is really just a testing ground for their more bigger projects like Frostborn. And then after I told him that I was sad because I didn't think Global was going to actually come out this week, he said something really interesting. He said he thinks that Kefir is going to wait until Season 8 comes out to see all of the hype, and then they'll release Global, which made me so sad at first. I mean, I say mad, and I was like, no, but it wasn't like I was mad at Kefir. I think that's actually a really brilliant move by Kefir. That's why I was so mad. I was like, no, I hope that Season 8 isn't preventing us from getting Global, because we're all really excited about that. But it makes sense if if I were Kefir, I'd probably do that. I'd be like, all right, let's get everyone to buy a Season 8 pass, and then let's release our more advanced game so that the hype is still on Last Day on Earth as long as possible. So I was really sad about that. And then he let me into his house and we talked a little bit more about Frostborn. So I left that conversation thinking that he was probably right. But then two things happened. The first thing is I realized Frostborn is working so hard with thousands of hidden changes as Last Day on Earth makes a few dozen. Frostborn has been making probably thousands. These are just the ones that I found, but honestly, I'm keep finding more and more that I missed. And then another update 2 weeks later with hundreds more. Like, they are making so many changes so quickly. You can tell they're working hard. It seemed like they were trying to make the release happen quickly. So that immediately made me think that Kefir probably isn't waiting until Season 8, because clearly they were trying to get it out probably last week or maybe even earlier. But then the second thing that happened is one of the devs came out and it was like, I'm going around, I'm getting feedback from the update. We know it caused a lot of problems. Give us all your feedback. And I gave him a ton of feedback. And already I'm thinking, this is strange. I've never had, or maybe I have, but the last time Last Day on Earth asked for feedback like that was like years ago. And so first of all, asking for feedback like that made me think, these guys are serious. They are wanting to know what the gamers think, what the players think. And then after I gave him like 7 pages of feedback, you know, he responded and was like, yeah, I understood it all. Like, he made sure he understood everything that I was saying. And I thought, this is amazing. I don't know if they're even going to make the changes, but the fact that they're working so hard to make sure they really understand what the players want, I could not believe it. I couldn't believe it. I can't wait to see what happens. So I think that Kefir doesn't have any plans. I think they're separate projects, and they're going to keep doing, you know, what they're doing with Last Day on Earth. They got these seasons. They're going to celebrate Last Day on Earth in their season 8, and who knows, Frostborn Global might happen at the same time, and so we'll get to experience both at the same time. You run out of energy in one game, you can run over and play the other one. Anyways, all I have to say, I'm really excited. But as promised, I've told you guys that I was going to give you a sneak peek on all the stuff I've been working on, because I haven't been producing as many videos and as big as videos as I normally do, but I have been working a ton on the YouTube channel. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a sneak peek on what I've been doing. So the first sneak peek I'm going to give you guys is the thumbnails that I've been working on. So I have been working on a conglomeration of videos, kind of like I have with Last Day on Earth, where I have my tips and tricks video, which branches out to all of the other categories of the game, and then those branch out to other tutorials. I'm doing that with Frostborn so that when it goes global and, you know, people experience this more advanced game that Kefir has, that people will be able to have that same thing that you guys have been enjoying in Last Day on Earth, that y'all will be able to experience that with Frostborn. The first video that I'm going to come out with, I don't have the thumbnail done yet, I just finished literally like an hour ago, is a new tips and tricks video. It is 331 tips and tricks, so it's like a 36-minute video. It is going to blow your minds, just like if you watched my 311 tips and tricks video for Last Day on Earth. It's like that, except it's even a little bit bigger. It is my new masterpiece. If you like my channel, you're gonna love that video. So that's the first thing that's gonna come out. As soon as Global comes out, I'm gonna release that video. It's already done, just need to finish the thumbnail. And then the second day, I'm gonna release this video, which is gonna give you a real quick snippet of everything you need to do in that first 24 hours. Then on the third day, or I don't know if I'm going to be able to really do a video every day, but that's going to be my goal. But on the third day, I'm going to tell you how to loot the looted settlement. This might be a little bit of a problem for some of you because the looted settlement goes away after the first 24 hours. I'm going to give you a lot more information in the video, but the short of it is just loot the first room. And don't use the level 2 hatchet to break into the second room. Just keep the level 2 hatchet. After that, I have made thumbnails of kind of a series of things, like everything about raiding. This might be one video, but it might also be like multiple videos. This is definitely going to be multiple videos. This is like the bunker alpha of Frostborn. It is intense. It's a co-op event. You can do 4 players doing it together. It's amazing. And so I'm going to have a series to cover all of the intricacies of doing this challenge. Then I'm going to do a series on all of the classes, which is going to take me so much time. But to give you guys context, for those of you who have played Last Day on Earth, this would be like if your active mods were able to be part of who you were, and you didn't have to have, like, instead of an active mod on a gun, you were able to create an active mod on yourself. And so, but they're even more impressive than active mods. They're way cooler. You can use them more often. They don't use nearly as much durability. Everything you love about active mods, maximize it by 100 times. That's what classes are, and you get 2 of them. They're amazing. I mean, like, you can like leap and like stun a bunch of people. They're crazy. And so I'm going to explain all of them and the benefits of them and how to use them and how different skills counter other skills. It's going to be a huge series, probably more than 18 videos. Honestly, it's going to be crazy. And then those of you who are my fans in Last Day on Earth are going to be really excited that I'm going to be doing a series on the efficacious way to get rich. This is something I started with Last Day on Earth. It became really popular, and so I'm going to be doing that with Frostborn, and I'm going to help you guys get everything in the game. I'm going to help all of you get just as rich as you've gotten in Last Day on Earth. I'm going to help you get rich in Frostborn. I mean, the graphics are better, the multiplayer, everything's so much better in the more advanced game that it's going to be even more important to get rich, and you're going If you like what you've done with those videos with that series in Last Day on Earth, you're gonna love it in Frostborn. Okay, so lastly, I'm gonna show you a little bit of the tips and tricks video. I don't want to give you a ton of it, but this is it. It's 36 minutes long. Look at all this work. I don't even know if I can explain how much work all of this is. All of these cuts, all of these edits. This is the music. This is such a crazy project, guys. And so, you know, in this, you can't even see a whole lot right here. That's because this was all done in Photoshop. So you can see, you know, that was done in Photoshop, and then I'm farming, and then it just goes into it. So, okay, so here's another glimpse for you. I'm not gonna play the audio, but this is just me coming into basically the equivalent of the lobby in Bunker Alpha, where you have the different crates. It's a lot more advanced in Frostborn. Anyway, so I'm able to break that down for you guys, kind of like I did in my video in my motorcycle video. Okay, so there's one more part I'm gonna show you guys where I'm not gonna show you the whole thing, but you probably saw it in the picture that I posted the other day. I zoom out from here all the way into the world map. I don't want to show it all to you yet because when Global comes out, all of this will be released. I'm going to just be releasing as quick as I can. Just like Last Day on Earth has kind of been a testing grounds for Kefir to make a more advanced game, I feel like it has been a testing ground for me on how to properly provide tutorials for a game. And so when Frostborn comes out, I'm going to be able to give you guys all of the tutorials you love, all the feedback you've given me on my Last Day on Earth tutorials. I'm going to be able to give that to you guys for their more advanced game. I am so excited about you guys getting to experience it. I know some of you are skeptical, but trust me guys, if you guys like Last Day on Earth, you're going to love Frostborn. All right guys, see you next time.